Hey everybody, it's Deborah, and this is Deborah. I want to give you a little sneak peek behind the scenes of the new Flipping 50 Cafe, how we're remodeling, and you'll have access to everything. So I want you to realize a couple of things. So first of all, we've had the cafe now for 3.5 years. So that means all the content that's gone in for the last, is everybody doing math with me? More than 36 months worth of recipes, worth of webinars. Those are done monthly. Challenges, those are done monthly. So if you're looking for a challenge on core, you're going to actually find more than one. If you're looking for a challenge for knees, healthier knees, or you're looking for a challenge for doing interval training and sticking with it, or a challenge for doing yoga, starting yoga, a small practice daily. Or maybe on the flip side, you're looking for something else. You've got your fitness and the exercise down, but you're looking for support eating more vegetables, drinking the water, doing a detox. I've done detoxes in December notoriously, but that means they're accessible to you anytime because it's like walking into a library and you can pick and choose what you want. Here's the problem. Why we're here. Flipping 50 is here to filter only information that is all about you, that's about the woman who's in perimenopause, menopause, or beyond, and only based on research about those things. It's all about everything for specifically you to get results. Your gut health and how it relates to hormones, your exercise and how it relates to hormones, your sleep and how it relates to hormones. And by the way, there is a sleep and a stress challenge. Your stress, how it relates, all the hormones, which ones give which signs and symptoms, so that you can say, if I'm feeling this, then that is the next step I take from all the content. That's the reason we're here. Flipping 50's mission is to totally filter that for you so that it gets easier to know what you need to pay attention to and what is based on males in their 20s that has nothing to do with you. But because we've been here for 36 months and we anticipate being here for decades to come, there's a lot of content here. And so I felt like we were beginning to contribute to the problem. It's not as easy anymore to find exactly what you want. So we've made it easier by changing the cafe and putting all the content in it so that you can still access everything a la carte. Like if you walked in and want to do it on your own time and look around, you absolutely can. But you can also do this. So I'm showing you behind the scenes while my tech team is away actually doing a wedding this weekend. So don't tell, but here we go. So I'm logging in, and of course I'm logged in actually. So I'll show you behind the scenes and what that looks like. We've created courses for all the things that our members have told us. These are the biggest problems that I've got right now, and we've narrowed it down. And that doesn't mean we won't add to it. So again, this is the library where you'll find everything that potentially you're already familiar with if you're a current cafe member. Or if you're not, you can go here and just look at, all right, I want to look around myself. If you like to be into control, I'd go there first, probably. I get it. But we've taken 8 categories. Weight loss, joint care. And by that, that means if you've got arthritis, whether it's rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis, you may also have some issues with fibromyalgia causing you issues. You may have Hashimoto's and you've got achy joints, or you know you've got to watch out for a tricky knee, less cartilage. That may be where you want to go first. Time. If you're under time constraints, you need to figure out how to do a most effective workout in the least amount of time. That is your course. If motivation is a challenge, you're concerned about your own motivation, it's lacking right now, and maybe that's related to energy, but there's a specific one for energy, you can tell it down below. Cellulite, if that's an issue for you, that's definitely hormonally related. So there's going to be content in there on exercise, there's going to be content in there on nutrition, and there's going to be some webinar information. So there's both action taking in nutrition and exercise, and then there's learning, so that you've got the why am I doing this? What makes the most sense? And why will you follow through? And it helps you stay committed, and I know it. If balance is an issue, so literally we're talking about physical balance, not balancing your work and your life. That's a whole nother one, probably a little more related to mojo. And then eating. Getting started, knowing where to start with eating, because we've really turned things upside down. No longer in your 50s and or your 60s is quote-unquote healthy eating the same as it was when you learned it back in elementary school. But even in your 20s and your 30s, it's changed. And how do you get started with the overwhelming amount of information that you've got? We take that and give you specific. So again, there's actions that you can take so that you can go through and learn what it is you're going to do and learn the why you're going to do it. So let me give you a sneak peek into even just one of them and what it looks like if you're in a course. So what you would ideally do is choose, all right, weight loss is really what I want right now. So you've got a little mini course that you can go through, and you can, as soon as you do any one of these pieces, these lessons, you can go through and do a 10-minute functional strength weight training session. And then this will appear in color, just like this one down here is. So I got a head start on you, by the way. Webinar about research and weight loss for women going through hormonal changes in perimenopause and beyond. If you watch that, you get to check that one off. So you can work your way down. And many of these things are about sleep, about strength training, about how to boost your metabolism, and talking about all of the little pieces that will potentially help you that together will give you an education on really knowing potentially what you're doing wrong so you can fix it and replace it with something that does work. And then you're finished with that course. You can actually pop back out and take what's the next priority that you've got. You've gotten the weight loss, you've gotten a great start on that, and you realize from that maybe you needed something more. So specifically, maybe you needed to focus on bone density. Maybe you needed to focus on eating, which would be a logical next one, or on energy. And again, you're going to pop into any one of these and you're going to see the courses all laid out. So little mini bites. You don't have to sit here and do them all at one time. This one's just slightly shorter, and you've got lessons in here that are constantly going to be updated. So if I do a webinar in July that pertains to one of the things regarding, say, weight loss, and we're going to tie metabolism into that, it's definitely going to go in here. So I've already got plans for another one to be coming, and that will be about hormone balance. So really helping you understand what it is you need to know, giving you some tips on what are the ideal tests if you get to the point where what you've done personally is not helping quite enough and you want to see it on paper. You want to do a lab test. What lab test do you want to do? And how is that going to help you? How will you interpret it? All of those things will be in that course. So I'd love to hear from you. If you're already a member of the cafe, your opinion carries a whole lot more weight. But if you're thinking about getting started, now is the time to get in. We're raising the rate because we're releasing all of this new coursework in July. So don't waste any time. I will see you there, and I will put the link to the cafe right now. If you get in, you will be locking yourself into this renewal rate And if you choose not to renew, you can cancel it anytime, and we won't renew your subscription next year. Once you register, you have a 12-month subscription, and you're a member for that long. You can continue at the same rate, and your rate won't change. So we've got some people in who got the very lowest rate ever from 3 years ago, and they're still there, and we're going to leave them there because we value those founding members like you. We're going to be around for decades, and we hope that you will be right there with us. So I'll see you on the flip side.